Scots.
Colonel, we're here at West Fruit on exercise Black Hackle. What's going on at the moment?
Okay, so what's going on at the moment is we've just done 2 weeks in the field, where we have taken the companies from doing very basic living in the field kind of exercises, so just getting used to operating in the environment that we're in, which is the Galloway forest. Now, that might seem natural, but at the moment the weather conditions have been quite extreme. It's been exceptionally cold, but thankfully cold and dry. So the first challenge our soldiers have had has been to learn to operate in the cold and then to fight the enemy that we've put out there for them. So the first 3 days of the exercise they spent within their companies just doing low-level skills and drills, and then we've moved them through 3 rotations of different missions. So the first mission lasted 48 hours, and in that they did an advanced contact and a hasty defence against an enemy, the Lemurian armed forces. They then came back into camp for 24 hours, had a hot shower and a hot scoff, which massively raised their morale, and they were back out and conducted the next mission, which was an ambush, followed by a deliberate attack. And then they came back in, and we've just come back in now from 2 deliberate raids. So the companies went to Dalbeatty and then conducted a raid on some ammunition compounds there. And there was a Shamrock missile, so basically like a scud there for them to sort of destroy.
Sure. How useful are exercises like this?
Exercises like this are really useful for our soldiers. So in the future, we're all about 38 Brigade and 1 Scots light roll excellence, and so exercises like this allow the soldiers to focus on the basics, do them well, and ensure that we're getting the basic building blocks of all arms manoeuvre absolutely nailed, and that is done on exercise like this in a harsh environment.
Sure. Stephen, what's going on this morning?
Okay, so we're patrolling in to secure a safe area to lie up for a night, which is easily defendable. Again, and we're going to push on, and we're going to carry out a strike to pick up a target. That's a bomb factory, IED maker. So we're looking to lift her off the ground.
Okay. How long would you think you'll be out in the ground today?
Between 24 to 36 hours.
That's a long time, isn't it?
Yes, not too bad.
So all the fellas are going to be living in the field itself, don't they?
Yeah, correct.
So I suppose that gives you an opportunity to practice all your field skills and survival skills and stuff.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for the blokes to have a bit of a shakeout and actually, like you said, put their skills to the test, as in what we've been practicing back at camp, now actually applying it in the field itself.
Sure. So the weather's been pretty kind this last few days?
Last week was a bit cold, this week's been a bit better,
yeah.
So it's been not too bad.
Captain Wilson, what was it you're doing with regard to the exercise?
Okay, so for the duration of the exercise, I've been running the opposing or enemy forces, which has included, an insurgency sort of aspect to it, using the lessons we've learned from Afghanistan and Iraq, and organising a more conventional threat, looking at, say, the threat from tanks and other complicated weaponry, which we might see on the battlefield today.
Okay. I noticed this morning you had roughly a company of guys moving into the forest behind you there. What are some of the challenges and some of the things they're going to face out today?
Okay, so we've got a company group of about 80 to 90 soldiers moving through that woodblock today. And as you can see, the ground around us is quite unforgiving. It's very undulating, and there's some thick forestry blocks. Some of it's been deforested, which has left alone, some very tough ground, lots of fallen trees, holes in the ground. And the guys will be carrying all the kit and equipment they need over the next sort of 36 to 48 hours, including rations, ammunition, anti-tank weapon systems, and IED and mine finding equipment. So it's going to be quite tough for them.
Captain Wilson, I can see we have some boats and stuff in this area of water down below. What's going on with those guys?
So with us, we've got a contingent of Royal Marines. It's an amphibious boat troop that are here to help insert a number of the company across the Loch Grannoch towards the objective tomorrow, a different method of insertion towards the enemy.
So I believe you're helping the Scots and the Rifles with their exercise?
Yeah, that's right. We're basically showing them how we operate from our craft. We're running a wader package, so showing them how to get on and off craft, how to get onto beaches, and what the drill is. And then we'll be inserting them for their objective later on.
What type of boats are these?
This is a landing craft Zodiac. It's the IRC inflatable raiding craft.
And what sort of pressures and difficulties are there in dealing with a craft like this?
It depends on the environment really. At the moment in a lock, there's not really much of a sea state, so there's no chance of like tipping it. So it's quite good in here, but obviously in different sea states, it can be quite hairy.
I know it's moving. Stand.
Turning right.
Nurses, eh? Hey. This is a light now.
You see there's no ground sign on the left, so if you leave the bit on the right, you stay on the track.
Just stay on that side. Hold him there.